Hello everyone, welcome to the game of High Flyers. So in our today's episode, we have Parshuram with us. So Parshuram came to us with the training on sourcing and procurement. So he worked in the companies in as a consultant, and he was doing the support projects. And then he came to us with the training. We did basic sourcing SAP S/4HANA sourcing training, and now he's also pursuing the SAP S/4HANA advanced training. Both training he has done. So he was working in a company as a support. His package was there up to somewhere around 9 plus. And then after training, he prepared for the interviews. He has given the multiple interviews where SAP S/4HANA question has been asked. And then now, as of today, he's having a multiple offers on hand. You talk about the company name. He has Deloitte, he has Birlasoft, Mindtree, and 2-3 companies are in the pipeline. So he has all these offers in hand, and the range is from 14 plus to 17 plus different kind of offer ranges is there. So it would be very good to hear about his journey, and he also has not started his journey as a SAP functional consultant. He was a technical consultant, and he came here as he switched his career to the functional consultant. So it would be very good to know about his journey. So let me bring Parshuram. Just give me a minute. Hey, hi Parshuram. Welcome to the game of High Flyers. How are you today?
Yeah, I am fine, sir. Thank you for welcoming to the High Flyer session. It's a great to be part of High Flyer session. It's a nice feel to after getting too many success ways through Sastragi. It was nice to be part of this session.
Okay, great. So, Parshuram, can you tell us about your journey, that how you started your recipe journey and how you switched your gear from you as a basis consultant, right? And from
Yes.
basis to how you came as a support, and then what lag you feel and how you moved ahead with the advanced SAP S/4HANA, getting offers for advanced SAP S/4HANA projects and the companies.
Yeah. Regarding to my experience, I initially started my career as SAP Basis and Security Consultant, where I have been trained as Basis and Security, where I didn't have any view of functional at the beginning. I started to move on with the Basis and Security. What happened one day, I felt that there was no learning that I was doing or no growth perspective. I felt that it was a tougher part that I cannot handle of basis and security. So I was just starting in the beginning of career only. I was interested towards business functionality, so I'm going for business analyst roles. All this was in my brain running around, but I haven't got any chance. But suddenly there was a situation that arose me that to move out of basis, some tough situation that created in my career. So
Okay.
that helped me pushed out of basis, and I was just given an opportunity suddenly by my managers for SAP, whichever functional module you can take. So I just opted for at that point of time. I bought a basic book, a black book, in the beginning of my career, based upon my recommendations of some of my fellow associates. So then I started my career in SAP So then it moved on till I was working in a company, in the company named TCS, in the beginning of my starting stage of my career, and I worked there for 6+ years, and then moved on to entity data. So I felt that so there should be some new venture that I should go to entity, some new things. So I've been introduced to Fury apps there. So this story of Fury apps that came into my mind, then I thought of upgrading to new points like upgrading for S4HANA at that point of time, around 2019. So I have come across some sessions of Parminder Singh sir at that time only, but I haven't got any chance to attend any training. So I just postponed for 1.5 years or 2 years. At last, I thought of it's a good time to learn S4 HANA. Then I gave a call on the last year. So then, based upon the availability, I just approached many institutes at the beginning. I was not satisfied with the level of expectations, whatever the curriculum they're giving us, outer view. It was not satisfying me. And I have attended many initial training sessions also, but that didn't impress me more. Actually, I haven't undergone any demo session from Parminder sir also. I just saw an YouTube video. So on 2019, so just that came into my mind, and that drove me towards that direction, finding where Shastra Geek. So that is a place where I have landed on, and it was an opportunity given. So I just asked for an opportunity. Will there be any training sessions? So our sir told that there would be a training session. So I just attended, and it was very helpful. Giving out the curriculum from January, it was really divided into two parts. That the curriculum was really good actually. So I joined immediately, and I just go on with the training. Started with the S4 HANA and sourcing and procurement.
Okay, that's great. That's great story. So, Parshuram, so I have two questions so that our viewers can help out from this story. One is that you moved from the basis to the functional consultant, right?
Yeah.
So you have also worked as a basis consultant, and you have also worked as a function consultant also, right? So which one you find it better, or which one you find that the growth is better in out of these two paths?
Regarding to technical perspective and functional, based upon uh, their liking, means whatever they will to do, their interest is the main point of. I personally believe that one. So it might be technical, it might be into the peak level. So you might get packages of 30, 40. It might be there, but the level of interest, I suggest for an associate, if you don't have any view, just give a try for learning any functional at the beginning. So if you're not interested in any coding, first point I would tell that if you are not interested in any coding or any developing or any code that you see or black screens, then I just directly tell you, just go for a functional consultant SAP role. That would be helping for you through your career journey, throughout your career path. That would be really a great value add on, and you can move on to different modules also. So that will value add on the next upcoming future events.
Yeah, so one thing also would be interesting to know that you was given an option to go into the multiple functional modules, and you have chosen the materials management module, right? What is the basic reason why you selected that module?
Actually, I have been given an option of choosing all the modules. So I thought of there is one more story actually I just want to tell. My
Go ahead.
father is having a business actually. So
Okay.
based upon that business process, so in that business manufacturing, we have all the things. So based on that, I just thought of choosing a functional perspective. Like I felt that procuring of materials is somewhat interesting for me from outside countries. We were procuring from Indonesia, Africa. So that really liked me actually.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that
that
drove me.
also we suggest to the people, who come to us, and when I do the counseling to the people, that what kind of modules they need to take. So I came across to a lot of people coming from the technical background, or a lot of people came from the known background without knowing anything SAP, and they want to start SAP career. So to
Okay.
them also we suggest that the basic modules which they can start is the SD module and modules, because these two modules, the business process, people are able to assume it, because the buying and the selling is a two terminology. People are associated with that terminologies a lot. So people are able to correlate the business processes. People are able to think about of those business processes. So our suggestion is also same, it either select a MM or SD. If
Yes.
somebody has worked in the core manufacturing productions they have worked, then we suggest them to go for PP.
Yes.
But these are the three modules. So you made a good selection that MM is a very widely used module, and then it is used in most of the places. After FICO in the functional modules, I think it comes MM only, and then ST.
Yes.
So
Correct.
we would,
Correct, sir.
yeah, go ahead.
No, no, no. That's it. You
Okay,
can please go ahead.
so we would also like to know from you that you have now have a multiple offers in hand, right? So you have given a multiple different interviews in different companies. So
Okay.
if what kind of questions has been asked in the technical rounds? If somebody wants to prepare for the technical interviews, what kind of things they need to go through it, or what kind of generic question people are asking?
Okay. So for the technical perspective, I would tell for the fellow associates. So I would tell you have to prepare a resume in that manner that whatever concepts that you are in well versed, you are knowing well known, you have to put down in a resume, and the questions that would be around the basic level of terminologies like enterprise structure, regarding purchasing documents, regarding release strategies, about the account assignment categories, about the physical inventory. Uh, so some companies might cover all these concepts. Some other companies only stick for 2 to 3 questions actually. So you have to answer in those 2 to 3 questions. It might come maximum through release strategy, account assignment category. Like basics is the main, I feel, base things you should know in each and everything in Material Master. Like example, like what is the difference between, they might ask you difference between material group and material type. You should be able to answer and you should be able to figure it out, so that you should give an example scenario. I have received such kind of scenarios from the sessions that I have attended previously. It really helped me actually while giving an interview. I remember when I was giving an interview for Deloitte, each and every scenario that I had gone through the training sessions, one by one, like one session in account assignment category. So they have asked me about account assignment category. So I have told about them. So they have asked me about the pricing procedure, what is the functionality of group condition. So all these things, it's a very we can expect from in a technical point of view. But for 3 to 4 years, I tell them to learn basic stuff actually, to have a basic structure like special procurement scenarios, uh, and about the basic movement types, material master, vendor master, source list master, and master data, and about purchasing documents. Some basic things we should be able to know. Then only we will be confident enough to speak. If they ask any tough question, also we can at least speak out a simple terminology about the purchase order, the transaction, the table, everything. We can give an example with that. That would suffice or impress the interviewer.
Okay, that's good. You have given a very clear idea. So I will just summarize what Prashuram has said. Guys, stay on the basics. Okay, stay on the basics. Know the basic process flow, and then what is the basic master data concepts are there, and then procurement has some key concepts. We also try to put a lot of strength on these concepts in our training. Your automatic account determination, account assignment categories, item categories, your master datas, these all are the key concepts, your release strategies, and now we have a flexible Fiori workflows. So those are the key areas you need to focus on, and don't forget that sometimes people are, preparing so hard, going into the deep into the configuration. Nobody remembers. Even I, when I take an interview, there's so much of configuration is deep sitting inside controlling functionalities. But when I'm taking interview, I don't remember that. The interviewer himself remember the basic things. That's why the 90 or 80% things would be asked basic. Or if something in the interviewer's mind in some question is there which they are facing in the current project, they ask. So that is a 20%. 80% of the all interviews stuff goes around on the basic stuff only. So thank you, Parshuram, for highlighting it. Anything about you want to highlight for the HR interviews? How this people can do the bargaining about the packages or these things, whether it's easy or what is the situation in the market?
Basically, during the HR discussions, we they take upon the total package that you are having in the current CTC. They'll find all the loopholes, like this is the PF amount after deductions. These are the things, everything. So
Mm-hmm.
we should be having a consistent round figure that we should have a fixed amount of this much. At least we should expect a hike around a minimum of not 30. I would expect around a 40% of hike
Mm-hmm.
based upon your skill. So you are having a skill. You should showcase your skill as you are having a training undergone. If you are having, I have a basis in security, S4 HANA in sourcing and procurement, and SAP MM. So I would just tell about my skills actually. So these are the four skills that I would tell that would help in the consulting role that I would be working on.
That's very
Uh,
good point. Very good point. Parshuram has made that he said that basis, security. Although it is that his modules he has worked years ago, but that still carries some weightage because he has worked on those modules. He would be knowing the integrations, and he can also talk about designing the roles still. So basis is there in his belt. Security is in his belt. Then he brought MM completely in his belt, and then he also bring the S4 HANA sourcing procurement in belt. So when you have those weightages in your belt, that give a lot of weightage to your profile. And when actually those stuff, that confidence also appears in your voice. So that makes very easy for an interviewer to select you.
yes, yes, that's absolutely right. So based upon these skills, I would ask them. I would be having expecting an hike of around 40% of hike. If you're going with the first offer, I would suggest go at least for 35% to 40% of hike, and ask them to make it as fixed amount, not to pay make it as any variable amount. So if you
Mhm.
are having a variable component, that would be very well and good, but you have to go for a fixed amount package. So that will value add on for the next offers. So the after first offer, if you are having undergoing any interviews side by side, that is well and good. So you can tell that my notice period is 2 months. So if you are completing your notice period like 2 months, at the end stages, I have faced now the recent days that it is very tough actually. So I have done some interviews actually. So after the last round, so they might ask you like challenging questions that you have been placed in big fours like Deloitte, and so why are you expecting us to release the offer?
Mhm.
So what kind of answer will you tell at that time? I was literally just thinking about that at that moment of time. So I just told that I would tell clearly what is the role that I would be working on. Just clearly at that point of time, just give me an outline of what role will I be working on. I will give the difference between the Deloitte, what I would be working. I told that Deloitte, I will be going directly to the bench. So I will not be placed into any project. So what is the role that I would be working on? Can you explain me? Is it any data migration project or any implementation project? And in any good company, other than I can give any service-based companies if you are going for. If they are giving you direct project offer with a good package, then you can opt for that actually. You can tell them, I'm looking for such kind of opportunities to scale up my career.
Mhm.
So we can tell in this manner, and we can negotiate with the HR for further discussion for increasing increment of the package. So I would tell that upon my current package, I would be expecting around 20% of hike based upon my skills, and I have some knowledge about the current skill, whatever you are expecting, like data migration or LTMC, legacy transport migration cockpit. So these skills I have already been trained and have been worked on some with some hands-on. So you have to showcase your skill in that point of time, and you have to discuss with HR. So I would be requiring a 20% of hike based upon my 35% of hike.
Yeah,
So
that's very good point which Parshuram has made. So what happens that you know that I see many people when they get one offer, they said, okay, their job search has been ended. But that is not the end of the job search, that is the start of the job search. You need to put more intensive effort once you receive a one offer. And there's nothing wrong in it because it is not like you are doing this, it is like that the game has been designed like that. The companies has been designed like that. You're giving a interview in one company. When you're giving an interview, okay, based on your package, they will offer you 35% of hike. The same company, if you go them and if you tell them that you already have a hike of 40%, and from one company, they will easily give you a 50% hike. The same company earlier, they were not agree to give you the hike more than 35%. So this all depends on how much of demand is your in the market, and then based on that you can negotiate. And it's always better that you do this negotiation and finalize your company with a very good package and join that, rather than joining it and then switching it in within a 3 months or within a 6 month for the higher package. So this all game you need to play in your notice period of the 2 months. Once you have one offer, then check for the you can check for the another offers also. I also was able to make my package when I was working earlier from 8 lakh. I jump into within a 1.5 year. I was able to make it to four times 32 lakhs. So I followed a particular strategy. I will relieve that strategy at some point, that you can how you can also make your package as a four times within a 2 years of time. So that all things are possible. That's very much possible. So that's very good value addition for the people, Parshuram, what you have shared. That's very valuable information.
thanks.
So Parshuram, what is your next game? So where are you moving ahead? So you are reaching to a one very good milestone. But what is the next? What are the next steps you have defined for yourself? Because it's a continuous journey; it never stops.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So I am just thinking of uh, going for next module. I'm just thinking of going for a EWM or Ariba. I just want to choose with that, or based upon I'll just contact once again with Sastra about some other modules. Let me have overall idea about the other modules. So I'll just see if there is anything very attractive to me. I have to upgrade to that skill and just be ready for that skill for next 2 years. And I'm thinking of getting certified also. I didn't knew the value of certification, but I have heard from my Shastra geek, really. I have heard that it is a very good value addition from them. But I didn't knew the value actually. So when I have approached an HR, he told me, "Do you know the value of certification?" I didn't knew actually. I told him I didn't knew. So see the value of certification when it comes like when you're going to big fours or big companies. So when you're having a certification, they want certified guys. So they might give a good package. For example, I can give you IBP is a niche skill actually. So somebody who has a package, a very less package, when he joined to entity data, his package was equal to the manager level, around 30 lakhs. So it was like a certification value that added him to reach that level. And I felt that certification will play a major role in a big companies. So you will be offered a good package, and you will have around good offers throughout the world when you put on your profiles in various Naukri, Indeed, or any other profiles like outside countries like BATE, BAYT. It's in like for Dubai countries. So
Mhm.
that would value add on. You will be having a focus. They'll be having a focus on your profile, and you'll be having a more great opportunities further ahead for learning. You might not know, but you will have a very good learning opportunities.
Yeah, right. So we also prefer all of our people who take a training for with us to go for the certification. So certification has multiple advantages, as you hear from live from Parshuram, that he has been asked into the interviews, and HR is asking particular into the interviews about certification. Why don't you have a certification, and what certification can bring in? And especially it is very important, that when you have so many people, and especially it is very important for freshers, when you have so many people and somebody need to only call 4 or 5 people for the interviews, definitely the certification become a criteria, because US clients and Europe clients, they prefer to onboard the consultants who are certified. So whoever the people are there as a certified, they get the calls of the interviews before the non-certified people. So that value addition, one value addition is there. And second thing is that when you do that certification, you would be reading some books, you would be reading some questions, you would be preparing something, right? With that preparation, also your knowledge, your level of knowledge will gain, and you would be at least answer for 5 to 10 more questions you would be able to answer in the interviews. That is another thing. So we have a beautiful model now. It is called as a sastrageek.thinkexam.com. So Parshuram, you can also get access to it. It's a practice exam model where
Sure.
basically you can go, you can practice the exam. Don't try to cram the answers, so, and don't go for the answers which has been mentioned there. Okay, it's a practice
Sure.
exam. You go through the question, and then you try to drill down that what should be the right answer. You don't know, no worries, go into the system, go into the Google or go into the configuration, try to find the right answer. In this process, the learning which you will get is very good. You will get awesome learning in this process. So that's what also
Definitely, I
this is.
would go for that
Yeah.
that certified questions. I'll try.
Right. So Parshuram, because you have came here, you have given given a very value-added information, and your time is very valuable. And what we do as we have a ritual that the people who comes on this panel and share the information, we give them small token of appreciation. This token can be very small, looking like a very small, but if you will go through it, it can be also equivalent to $1 million. Okay, so this is a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Maybe you have heard of it, maybe you have read it. Even though you have read it, we will be shipping it to your address. Please read it again. I read this book almost every time, once in a year. This generate a lot of values to me. Okay, and it will also bring you a better consultant. You would be able to deal with the people better. You will be able to deal with home, your with your parents, wife and children also will better. It will make you a better person.
Sure,
So
sir.
that if you have not shared your zip address with us, please share with us your postal address so that we can ship it to you, a small token of gift and appreciation. And I will also ask you that we have, that you have very good knowledge now, and a lot of people, especially the freshers people who wants to start their career in SAP, you can also guide them. So we have created a platform. The platform name is SAP Masterminds. SAP
Mhm.
Mastermind is a Facebook group where a lot of people has come together to help each other. So there we have a mentorship program. So you are already in a stage now. You have gone through the trainings. You are already pursuing the S4HANA advanced training, sourcing and procurement. You have experience. You have given so many interviews. So you can guide many people. So go there, registered as yourself as a mentor, so that people can reach out to you, and you also help others to become a successful in their career journey.
Sure, definitely, I would be part of SAP Masterminds.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Parshuram, for joining. We are logging out from here. This will be coming back with the next episode with the next success story. Till then, bye bye. Thank you, Parshuram. Logging out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sastraki.